I grew up in the church. I didn't really like it because I had to suit up, and it choked me. But growing up, I got baptized around 7 years old, and I thought I was saved, because the pastor was like, if you don't get saved, you're going to hell. Get baptized, you're going to hell. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna raise my hand. I just got baptized without knowing who Jesus actually was. Then I got to high school. I started searching after girls, sex, money. I started smoking weed, nicotine. It just went all downhill. I started partying more. I was searching for that hole to fill, but nothing could fill it. I didn't feel like I was free. I was in that internal prison, I guess you can say, that prison that you just walk into and you don't even know till the gates actually closed. I got in my car and I cried miserably. I had nobody to turn to but Jesus. And I just cried out his name, and he overwhelmed me with his love and his passion that he has for me and his grace. Once I cried out for Jesus and I asked for forgiveness of all the sins I've committed throughout my whole life, it felt like I was found. It actually felt like a true father held out his hand and said, grab it. I felt the overwhelming love of him and the freedom that he gives. I am a lot more joyful now. My desires have changed. I no longer lust after things of this world, but now I'm more speaking out his name and speaking the gospel to everyone that I can. So getting baptized, it felt like I was taking a stand on where I am in my life. No matter past friends or future friends, they know where I stand where it comes to my relationship with Christ. I'm not going back to my old ways. I'm not going back to none of that. I live with Jesus and Jesus only. I live for Jesus and Jesus only. As I got plugged into two cities, I got into the youth ministry and actually invested my life and my time into students. I really love to worship with them as well. I'm doing the slides, but I'm actually worshiping back there too. And I also want them to realize that they don't have to conform to the things of this world. They don't have to be cool. They don't have to be none of that. They can be cool with Jesus. In this past year, the gospel has changed me so much. Honestly, completely changed my life around. Like, if you ask a friend of mine or a colleague, they wouldn't tell you that it's the same Jaquez as before. I'm a fairly new Christian, and I'm so excited to build my relationship to Christ, and through him, I can reach out to my family who's really distant from Christ. I'm really excited for the opportunities I can tell them by what they're seeing, what Jesus is doing right now in my life currently. Jesus gave up his life for me, and because of that, now I can live freely, and I'm willing to go the extra mile to follow him. Today, I'm still following and chasing after Christ with everything I have. I have seen God answer so many prayers. God is working in my mom and in my sisters without them even knowing it. I see my sisters coming into church with me, and they're getting so close to Jesus every day. On Wednesday night, I speak into the 8th grade guys that I lead every single Wednesday. And now that I'm an intern here at Two Cities Church, this whole summer is just focused on that. In the past 3 years, I've been growing in my faith. I've been growing as a son and as a brother. I've also been growing here at Two Cities in the student ministry, but I cannot wait to see what God has in store next for me.